Welcome back to Jason on Boxing. We've heard a lot about performance enhancing drugs this year. It's been kind of a bum year for boxing when it comes to this, but let's not forget that, and this is no justification for it, but let's not forget that PEDs are rife in sports in general and have been for many, many years. Strangely enough, I was talking to a guy I know yesterday who has a connection, shall we say, to a very, very prominent Premiership football team. And he told me that of the first team squad for this football team, 35 of the first team players are registered as having asthma. Okay. Why are they registered for having asthma? Because asthma inhalers can contain clenbuterol, and therefore they get an exemption. You know where I'm going with this, right? 35 players out of a prominent Premiership football team, top 4, top 5 we're talking. 35 of the players have supposedly got asthma because of the old inhalers, clenbuterol. PEDs are rife, and the latest boxing farce, debacle, whatever you want to call it, all of the above, is Zolani Tete, who back in July absolutely flattened Jason Cunningham, knocked him flat out. It was a picturesque highlight reel knockout. And apparently he's failed for a muscle cutting agent, which was, I think, unidentified so far. I don't know, maybe it has been identified, maybe I'm behind the times, but definitely he's failed, and he faces a 4-year ban. And of course, I've got an article on it here that I'll just read from. It says, this is his manager saying, Zolani had no knowledge of this, and in all the years I've been with him, he has never failed a dope test. It baffles me that he would do it now at the tail end of his career. Well, it doesn't baffle me at all, because if he's at the tail end of his career, he wants to maximise his earnings, and that means having the best possible chance to win major fights. The fight against Cunningham was for the IBF and WBO international titles, which, they're worthless belts. I mean, no one's going to say they're world titles or even necessarily regional titles, but they get you a ranking. So there's every reason why he would cheat. But again, we're hearing this, well, he had no knowledge of it. Just like with Conor Benn, I had no knowledge, I'm innocent. Look, as I've said before in previous videos, I understand the argument that fighters are not pharmacists. They don't understand what goes into their system necessarily. But they hire training teams and they place their trust in training teams, nutritionists, conditioners and so on, who are supposed to know about these things. So when a guy pops dirty, it shouldn't just be the fighter in the dock, it should be the whole team, okay? Because, you can say, fighters, they don't understand it. Maybe they're taking something, they don't even know what's in it. Okay, I get it. But therefore, the onus is not just on the fighter, but on the training team as well. Yes, fighters have a responsibility to know what goes into their bodies. No question about it. This was, I think, a UCAD failed test. And of course, VADA is different, and different banned substances on the list. And also, let's not forget that with a lot of these performance enhancing drugs, once they're made illegal, if you slightly alter the compound, very, very, very slightly, so that it's not essentially, it's the same drug. If you alter it, it therefore becomes legal because the compound is different. So the whole thing just reeks again of cheating and finger pointing and denial in the face of proof. But to me, if you test positive for PEDs, that is proof. You are in the dock, and it's then the onus of proof. The onus of proof is then on you to say, well, actually, I'm innocent because of ABC, XYZ, whatever. And then the judge, which should be a controlling body, and of course boxing doesn't have one of those. There's multiple ruling bodies, multiple authorities. They then say, okay, yeah, you've made a legitimate case, you've explained it, you're innocent, or actually no, we don't buy that, you're guilty and you're banned. It's such a shame though. I mean, Tete, I've always liked Tete. I always liked watching him, I always rated him as a good fighter, big puncher. But no, look, mate, you're guilty. You're guilty as hell, as far as I'm concerned, until you come up with a legitimate reason to explain this away. And he, like I say, he faces a 4-year ban. So another farce in boxing, another own goal, another bullet in the foot, self-inflicted. Such a shame, but this is the sport we follow. It's like having someone you're in love with who's an absolute whore, isn't it? you want to love boxing. I do love boxing. I genuinely love it in its purest form. But my God, it's rife with cheats and it's polluted with all sorts of poisons and toxins, and it's horrible, really. That side of it is, anyway. Anyway, leave your comments below if you've got any. Thanks for watching. The weekend's nearly here. Take care of yourselves. We will chat again soon, and bye for now.